Hey, welcome back to Divorce and Black Coffee, where we keep things real and grounded in the truth. I'll try to keep the legal terms to a minimum, and if I have to use them, I'll try to give an explanation or clarification. This channel isn't about performative nonsense. It's just you and I having a conversation over coffee about how to protect your peace and your future. Let's go ahead and break down something a lot of people misunderstand, and that is mediation. It's often sold to you as a faster, cheaper, more peaceful option than court. But for many of you, it's not just ineffective, it can actually do damage. Let's talk about the cons of mediation, especially if you're dealing with someone who is controlling, manipulative, or just flat out unreasonable in their demands. Okay, mediators aren't judges, and they don't enforce the law. They're not there to protect you, and they're not making any legal rulings. Their role is to see if parties can come to a mutual agreement. But here's the problem. Mutual doesn't always mean fair, especially when one party is dominant. And domination can show up in a myriad of different ways. It can happen emotionally, financially, intellectually, or even just from pure exhaustion. I've seen clients agree to things in mediation simply because they're tired of fighting. They just want it over. Judges know and understand this happens. In fact, they often see mediation fail when one party steamrolls the other, or when an inexperienced mediator drafts an agreement that's, well, legally questionable. Here's the bottom line. Mediation only works when both parties show up in good faith. And that can be a rarity, especially in a high conflict divorce or custody. Mediation is voluntary, and in some states, it's the first mandatory step in others. Look, it sounds really nice in theory, until it's exploited. One of the most common tactics I see in helping my clients is using mediation to delay the entire process. Here's how it looks. I can't make it. The kids are sick. The boss changed my schedule at work. My car broke down. I forgot I had a business trip. Let's just push it to another week. I'm overwhelmed. It's always something. And I'm sure you can think of a few others. And if you can, do me a favor, drop them in the comments below. And if your soon-to-be ex has done this more than once, well, you're already familiar with the pattern. It's not just about wasting time. It's about controlling the pace of the divorce and or custody, draining your finances and weaponizing your availability to make you look bad. Mediation wasn't designed for high conflict personalities. And if your ex is one, you need to start seeing these delays for what they actually are: a strategic manipulation. Mediation is not about what's best for your kids. Here's the truth that people don't say out loud. Mediation isn't focused on your children. It's focused on you and your ex compromising. Now, sometimes compromise is good and can totally work. But when your child's safety, well-being, or stability is at stake, compromise can take an ugly turn and become dangerous. That thought of trying to keep the peace mindset, although it seems noble, it can totally backfire. Understand, you're allowed to say no. You're allowed to push back. You're allowed to protect your child or children without guilt. Peace doesn't come from appeasing dysfunction. It comes from setting boundaries and staying firm. Let me hit you with something big you may not know. Mediation doesn't require discovery. That means financial documents, arrest records, substance abuse, or even other types of abuse. None of that has to be disclosed. What's shocking? Probably not. Your ex can totally lie. They can leave out key information. And the mediator, their job isn't to dig in. They're just trying to get you to sign an agreement. If you suspect the other party is acting in bad faith, stop. Stop. You don't have to sign anything. You don't have to agree. In court, discovery is mandatory. It has to happen. And we'll go deeper into that in hopefully a near future video. But just so you know, in litigation, you get access to the truth. In mediation, you might be totally negotiating in the dark. And agreements aren't automatically binding. A lot of people think once something is signed in mediation, it's done. You can relax. Life can go on. This is not true. Mediators can have very different levels of training. Some are excellent. Others, well, maybe not so much. They're not there to assess blame or to figure out why your marriage broke down. They're just asking, can everyone agree on this document? But here's what matters. A judge has to review and ratify that agreement. They have to sign off on it and enter it into the court documents. If it's vague or it's unenforceable by law or one-sided, a judge can or will generally say no to it. And honestly, judges get frustrated when people come in thinking mediation equals a legal ruling. It doesn't. Don't make an emotional decision. I know you're exhausted. I know you're overwhelmed. If you take nothing else from this entire video, please take this. Don't sign the agreement just to get it over with. As I said, I know you're tired. You're overwhelmed. You may be scared. But an emotional decision today can lead to regret, more time, and a legal nightmare in the very near future. Give yourself space. Consult with your attorney. And if you don't have one, hire one. Review every single line so that you understand it completely. Because undoing a rushed agreement later, although it's possible, it's going to be really hard and really expensive. Some cases should skip mediation. If your case involves your child's physical safety, substance abuse, parental alienation, ongoing harassment, then many judges actually would prefer you go straight to litigation. Mediation was never designed for those particular situations. And pretending otherwise only delays the process and real protection for you and your kids. Look, I hope this gave you some clarity. If you're in a tough spot, I want you to know you're not crazy and you're not alone. If you want or need help strategizing your next step, I'll soon be offering one-on-one consulting. We'll talk through your situation, build a plan that protects your peace and your power through the entire process. If this video helped you, I would really appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, and share it with someone who's going through it too. It might be exactly what they need to hear today or tomorrow. Until our next conversation, stay grounded, stay strong. You got a friend. And remember, I'm on your side.